So I was kind of sick today and have been just kind of lounging about my dorm room, watching The Office. And I got to thinking, it's Thursday and I need to make a video because I'm forcing myself to make videos so I can someday get YouTube money. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of The Office recently. It's been pretty good. It's nice to watch something that's not anime or a Nicolas Cage movie. Like the only two things I really watch. But it got me thinking. There's a lot of tropes in anime that I've just gotten used to and come to expect, and I thought I might as well make a video about that. So I was going to make this video about anime tropes that I actually enjoy. There's just a handful of really good ones that just stick in my head. So anyway, I better start off with what I think is one of the best, which is whenever a show like plays its main theme song or opening theme song or like sometimes even ending song during a big fight, usually at the end of like a season or of an entire series, or like when like the hero character is about to go up against like their main rival or the main bad guy. It's always a good thing when you have like the main theme song just kicking on the background. It's great. A lot of shows do this, especially like action shows. They'll do this all the time. The one that always comes to mind first for me is Tokyo Ghoul at the end of, like, I think it's like episode 12 or 13. There's a big fight between Kenny. Yeah, I like calling him Kenny because it's kind of funny. But Kaneki and Jason. Which, if you watch my video about Tokyo Ghoul, I talk about how Jason's just like, yo, they just call him Jason because he's crazy and wears a hockey mask. Ooh. Anyway, it's a pretty standard fight by the show standards. Yep, said standard twice. Yeah, it's a pretty like normie fight for the show. Like nothing too big happens besides seeing that Ken can actually fight, because before that most of the shows is him running away and crying and getting kidnapped. Anyway, it's, like what makes the fight for me is the main theme plays, and like out of all of the anime OPs I've ever seen, that song, the song that they use in Tokyo Ghoul, it's like first theme song, is probably one of my favorites. It has to pick in the top 3 anime theme songs, just the song alone. Like the actual OP itself is nothing too amazing, but I just really like the song. And maybe it's just because it goes really well at the ending fight, at least for that season. Okay, what other cliches do I enjoy? I enjoy a good time skip. Like in a story when like something happens where it's like, oh, let's skip 1 year later, or skip 5 years later, or skip 10 years later. Like I just like it when there's a time skip at some point in the story to just kind of like almost reset everything, or so you're able to see like the repercussions of certain actions without need to, like, I don't know, watch 100 episodes or something like Naruto. And what comes to mind when I think of great time skips is always Gurren Lagann's time skip is always great. Like I believe it's after like episode 14, there's like a 7-year time jump. Like they redo the whole theme song. It's like playing the second half of the main theme, and it's accompanied with like new visuals and everything, but it has the kind of same feel about things just escalating, which Gurren Lagann to me is just a show about like perpetual escalation of things, where it just gets bigger and bigger. And I like the time skip to show that things are actually going on and that the characters are getting somewhat older, and that's always nice. Still find it weird how like the world goes from like post-apocalyptic wasteland, like Dune or something, to somewhat it's not like a utopia thing, but Like they have like cities built and things like that, and like armies of mechs and things like that, and like a space program even. And it seems weird to have all of that change within the span of 7 years. But they could explain. They just kind of write it off as, oh look, we got all this sci-fi tech though, and with now that the bad guys don't have it and we have it, we can use it to build things instead of destroy things. Also, it's nice to kind of see how some of the characters have either matured and let go of petty things, or like become super petty about things, and like their personalities have become a bit more extreme for some of them. And some of the throwaway characters are just kind of there, end up becoming major players in the future. So that's always cool. So time skips are great. Still don't like the ending of Gurren Lagann, but I did enjoy the time skip. Other tropes I like. I like it's kind of rare to see a black character in anime, but I always like it when that like said black character has like white or like stark white hair. Like my own theory for this is just because like a differentiate. It's like well, you can't have them have black hair because usually the main character who, like, if it's an Asian main character, they usually have black hair, and you gotta show that this person's different. And they're, if they have the same color hair as you, that's not different enough. So you need to give them cool white hair. Also, like, for years I've always had, like, in any like game where I can customize a character, I'll usually make the character look like me pretty well, except I'll give them like an edgy eye scar and white hair so they can be like super edgy. What else do I like? I've always liked the idea of like weapon systems or like ways of fighting that could kill whoever's like using it. So like living weapons, things like that. Like I always think of like God Eater or something, which it was a video game first, but it got its own anime, so I can talk about it here in my anime videos. Anyway, in God Eater they have these cool living weapons. Well, not. It's debatable on whether the weapon is living, but it's a weapon that can kill you by using it, and I've always liked that, like in a stupid way. It's kind of like in a shooter when you use a stupid weapon, like a grenade launcher in something like Call of Duty, where you're probably going to blow yourself up, but like anyone else who gets in your way is going to get wrecked because you have a grenade launcher. Other good cliches. I could say the power of friendship. Then again, I'm not. It works sometimes, other times it doesn't work. Like whenever I think about the power of friendship helping and like entrusting other people, I always think of this one scene from Attack on Titan where Aaron's with the rest of the scouting corps, like the elite squad and everything. And the elite squad's all like, yo Aaron, don't turn into a Titan and use your Titan powers to fight this enemy Titan. Just believe in your squad. We got this covered. It's our job. And then he's like, you know what? I'll believe in my squad. And then the entire squad gets wrecked within like 2 minutes. And then he goes back to Levi, and Levi's like, what happened? And then Aaron's all like, I trusted my squad and the power of friendship. And Levi's like, no, that was stupid. You should have turned into a Titan, idiot. Or at least that's how I remember it. It was pretty good.